All right, so the fourth and final game from the October 1993 LSAT introduces us to 6 cities that are located within the numbered areas as follows. And we see this little 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 boxes that are these cities. It then tells us that within the 6-city area, we have exactly 4 hospitals, and then we have 2 jails, and 2 universities. And these 8 institutions are located in these 6 cities as follows. The first condition tells us that no institution is in more than one of the cities. All right, so we're not going to have anyone show up in more than one city. So this is basically 1-to-1. Each institution appears in one city and one city only. The second condition tells us none of the cities contain more than one jail and none of the cities contain more than one university. All right, so we know that we're going to have max 1 jail and max 1 university. The third condition tells us none of the cities contains both a jail and a university. So we know jail and university cannot go together. The fourth condition tells us each jail is located in a city that contains at least 1 hospital. So if we have jail, we have to have at least 1 hospital. If we don't have a hospital, we can't have the jail. The fifth condition tells us that the universities are located in 2 cities that do not share a common boundary. Okay, so the idea is that these universities are not sharing boundaries. All right, so now turning our attention to the 6th and final condition, which is going to place a university in City 3 and a jail in City 6. All right, so we know we have a university in City 3 and a jail in City 6. And what does that allow us to conclude? Well, we should notice right off the bat that placing a jail in City 6 is going to invoke our 4th rule, which tells us we have at least 1 hospital present in City 6 as well. We also know that jails and universities can't be present together, so we know that City 6 is not going to have a university. We know that City 3 is not going to have a jail. Having a university doesn't tell us anything other than we can have max 1 university, so we can't have the other university appear in City 3. And we also know that the universities do not share a common boundary. So you notice, what shares a common boundary with City 3? Well, City 1, City 5, and City 4. Well, now the only possible place for the 2nd university would be City 2, which again tells me that we don't have jail present in City 2. So we've placed our 2 universities, but at this point we need to place our 2nd jail. We've placed our 1st jail, and now notice we could have our 2nd jail appear in one of 3 possibilities. And again, we know that if we have jail, we have to have at least 1 hospital. So this other JH box is going to appear in either 1, 4, or 5. And that would be the setup for this game.